guys, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 reasons why I bought the Panasonic Lumix GX8 in 2018. Now I'm currently recording with the Panasonic Lumix GX8. From now on I will refer to it as simply the GX8. And also I am recording with the Panasonic Leica 12-60 f2.8 to f4. Now, I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite features, and because of that, and I only have one body as of now, so I will be using my Pixel 2 to basically just show you some of the features that I really find interesting about the GX8 and why I bought it. I could have gone with a GX85, I also could have gone with the GX9, but I will be discussing in this video the reasons why I didn't and why I'm probably going to stick with my GX8 for the time being. Now stay tuned. Now before we dive in, I do want to mention that I've had the camera for 4 weeks now, and so I've had enough time to use it in different scenarios, different environments. I'm currently in Mexico City as part of a business trip, and during the weekends and after work I do get to go out and shoot, and I really want to show you guys what the results that I've gotten with this camera. And also I want to mention real quick before we dive in, I have the Panasonic G25mm 1.7. I got it for $150, and I've also used it not as much as the Leica, Panasonic Leica, and also the cheapest micro four thirds lens. Actually, let me rephrase that. The cheapest autofocusing lens for micro four thirds. That is currently the Olympus 40-150 f4 to f5.6, and this thing is really cool. I will be doing separate reviews on each lens, and I will have a series of using different types of gear with these lenses, so stay tuned. Now I'm ready to begin. Alright, so feature number 1, it's the tiltable EVF. Now this little guy can tilt all the way up to 90 degrees and will allow you to get shots that you probably wouldn't be able to get if it didn't tilt. A lot of people may think that this is a gimmick, but I can assure you it is not a gimmick. It works, it's nice. And another thing, now that we're talking about the EVF, is oh my god, this thing is so good. The resolution is nice, there's no lag, it just works. And I think that out of all the EVFs that I've tried, sure, there are better looking ones, but this guy is pretty darn good. So I looked at the GX85, it didn't have it, and I'm pretty sure that the GX9 also has it, but the GX9 is sort of a GX85 and it's lacking some of the other features that I will be discussing. So for now, feature number 1, yes, this tiltable EVF is really good. And feature number 2 is the tiltable screen. Now this guy right here is really useful, especially when I'm recording videos. When I was recording the intro, I basically used this lens. I manually focus using this, and then I was able to leave it in manual focus because honestly the autofocus on this thing for video sucks, and it's always hunting. If you even move just a little bit, it's hunting for focus. And so if I have this tiltable screen and I can manually focus, and oh by the way, it's really easy to focus, I am able to just use this camera for all of my recording needs. Clearly, the GX85 did not have this, and neither does the GX9, and that's another reason why I bought this camera, the tiltable. And if I turn it on right now, I think that it doesn't have the memory card, but if you can tell, it works pretty cool. See? And then you can fine-tune your focus, and then when you're ready to go, you just let go and then you start recording. So it's pretty easy, and I think that this is one of the main features why I chose this camera. And reason number 3, it's size. I mean, when I'm referring to its size, there's a lot of things that I will be covering, but Mainly its weight, it's perfect. It's really good. I don't feel it's too heavy. Also, it balances well with bigger lenses like this 12 to 60 because believe it or not, it's a little bit heavier. And if I were to use a GX85 with this lens, it would feel very heavy and not balanced. And so I think that this is a really good combination. But also the grip. The grip is really nice. And I'm going to show you here real quick what the grip looks like. So I'm going to move this over here. And if you look at the grip, look at how my hand just fits perfectly. Like as soon as I shoot, all of my fingers are there. I'm not really scrambling to get my fingers somewhere around the camera. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't choose the GX85, because the GX85 has a really small grip. And I believe that when you're talking about how camera handles, if it doesn't handle very well, you're more than likely not going to use it. And so that is reason number 3. It's size, grip, and weight. And reason number 4, it's the knobs and buttons. You have a lot of customization here. Now, when we look at buttons, you have a function button here. You have a function button over here. You have, let me show you, tilt the camera. You have function buttons right here. You have function buttons right here. It's a very customizable camera. And that's not to mention the ones that you have on screen. And those I will show you in a second when this thing flips out if it wants to. Okay, there we go. And so it doesn't have a memory card right now, but we can still look at, here you go. On this side, you have this tab. And then when you press here in this tab, you'll see all of the function buttons. In this case, I have the Wi-Fi. Actually, I haven't even customized this yet because there's just so many function buttons. But I have Wi-Fi. Then you have the histogram. You have a snap feature and 4K photo. But I usually use a 4K down here with the D-pad, so I really don't touch this part as much. But yes, the fact that you have all of these buttons and all of these knobs that really feel well, I mean, this right here feels really good. When you're moving around this exposure compensation dial, it just feels really good. As well as all the shooting settings right here. They feel very clicky, very responsive, and I think that when I compared it to the GX85 as well as the GX9, it was lacking in this department. And for me, I really need customizability. I don't want to be digging down menus to find things that I need in a certain, specific moment. And so for me, having all of these buttons allow me to shoot faster and shoot the way I want to. And reason number 5 is the mic input. Now this does have a mic input. As you can see, I'm opening the door. It's a little bit, it's not really cooperating. I don't know why Panasonic did this, but if you tilt it 90 degrees, you're able to basically tilt it, and so you'll be good to go. But essentially, you place the mic on the hot shoe, and then you tighten it, and then you come here. Oh, by the way, before I forget, look at this. This is an adapter because I have a 3.5 millimeter head jack from the Rode mic, but then the Panasonic does not have a 3.5 millimeter head jack. What it does have is a 2.5 millimeter. So I was able to get this off of Amazon, and I'll have the link down below so you guys can check it out. And then you plug it in like so, and then you come here, basically have a camera that can have a mic attached to it. And I don't have to do any extra work in post-production like I would have if I had the GX85. So again, this is one of those minor things that really make a difference when we're recording. So that is it. Those are my 5 reasons why I bought the Panasonic Lumix GX8 in 2018. Didn't I say that I was just gonna call it the GX8? Never mind. Also, I do want to mention that I will be having the review for the 25mm 1.7. Now, I said that I haven't used this lens as much, so I'll be testing it a little bit more. I'll probably do some studio stuff with it, as well as other things that I will show you later. I will also be testing this bad boy, the Olympus 40-150 f4 to f5.6, and then also I have these right here. These are basically extension tubes, and what you can do is you can still have the autofocus going through the lens to the camera because it has the pins, right? And so these are really nice. I have used them. I do think that they're pretty good. And also, one last thing, I did buy this cheapo ND filter from Amazon. It's an ND1000. It apparently says it's high quality optical glass, so we're gonna find out. I've tested it so far. It's really hard to use, but again, this is for another video. So now I'm gonna be showing you some sample images from the GX8, and stay tuned for more videos.